Hey everyone, welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time, and tonight's topic is going to be building the new garden and open chat once we get done with the updates on that stuff there. So here I am over here, and first of all, I'm going to go back to the comments here and go back to the top and say hi to everybody. All right, first one in was Uncle Al. Thank you, Uncle Al, for posting it on your community tab. Then CR, Creative Redundancy, came in. And then Courtney, Wide Family Farm. And Courtney's just going to be listening tonight, so she won't be joining us up here. Shadow Scout Swede is in the house. And let's see, going down, everybody's chit-chatting back and forth. The chairman is here. Welcome, chairman. And I believe his thing, his channel banner said dedicated to the men and women that served in our armed forces or something along that line. All righty. And Green Granny. Hey, Denise, how's it going? And Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man. Christy Betts is here. Joe, Garden State Gardener, is in the house. So I'm scanning through here because everybody's talking. I want to make sure I don't miss someone coming in. And Joe posted his 15-month membership. And Courtney posted her 6-month marker. I think Courtney was longer. I think what happened is YouTube screwed up with her credit card or whatever and blocked her out and restarted her again. So, oh no, Joe, working tonight. Had to get a root calcium, not a computer for the next hour. Oh, root canals. Don't like those. Moon over Miami, how's it going? Get closer to the end here. The Swafford Homestead. Hey, welcome, guys and gals. And Glenn, how to garden. Okay. All righty. So, today was a friggin' hot day here. Started out early in the morning, just after the sun came up out there working while it was nice and cool. Had to get some spraying done on the star thistle. Hate star thistle. Have to do it before the sun hits it, and it basically has to give the spray stuff a chance to absorb into it and kill it. So I was out there early on a nice chilly morning and got that done, and then did some rototilling on the new garden. Went across the street, did a bunch of rototilling over there where I'd done brush hogging. I went and rototilled with the new rototiller, and it's a nice, smooth, clean fire break. When I brush hog it, you can still burn across all the dead stuff. There ain't nothing to burn across now. So, Kaylin Strain is in the house. Hey, Kaylin. And David Lynn, Prepper Principal, is in the house. Yeah, and this is my my Scoutmaster hat. And the curve on it is set. I got it just right. Because if I pick it up, my nose is exposed. If I go down too far, my nose is exposed. It's right at the point, try to protect my nose the most. And when I'm walking around at scout camp, I always bend down just a little bit so I can just see through the brim here, and it covers my nose totally. And my ears too, so I don't get burnt. Let's see here. Let me check. We're over on the east side of Idaho, and which one is this we got here? Monday. Okay, so let me refresh it here. It was supposed to be 87. I know it was up to 94 because I had a couple thermometers said 94. So what is put out on the NOAA Weather Service is always a couple of degrees lower in the winter time, in the summertime. So it's supposed to be 91 tomorrow. I'm expecting 95 or 96 tomorrow. 93 on Wednesday, so I expect it to be up, 4 degrees higher than that. 94 on Thursday. It's supposed to be, I expect to be up closer to 100 there, but then it drops back down on Friday to 88, and then we have Friday evening. We have thunderstorms, partly cloudy, and then we got 20% chance of rain Friday night. Saturday night's 30, Sunday is 30, Sunday night's 40%, Monday is 40% chance of showers. We'll make it, if it's raining out there, if we get light showers, it'll work good for the rotor tilling. All righty. All right, so I'm going to change the background here and bring up what I did, what it looks like I did today. So let me go ahead and here to settings, virtual background. Scroll on down, and there is what it looks like. We went on the area, and of course, this is only showing about not quite half, between a third and a half of the width of the garden there. And this IBC tote retaining wall goes on a bunch farther, and brought out 6 bales of straw, which we broke up and spread all over it. And then we turned on the sprinkler and watered one side for an hour, moved over, watered the next side for an hour, came in and rotor tilled it. And some of the areas that rotor tilled in really good, like over here underneath, shoot, it's not showing there. Underneath the second one over from the right, if you go down to the middle of the screen, it's really good, but up closer to it, that first pass I made on the far side, the straw was a little thick there and it didn't catch in right. But when I rake it out later tonight and turn the sprinkler on it for 2 hours tonight, it will be, then I hit it in the morning, it should till in a little bit better. Every time I till it, it works a little bit better. You get more dirt mixed up in with it, and it starts binding to the straw a little bit, mixing up, and putting nitrogen and some other stuff down into the soil there. Okay, and Shadow's screwing me up with Celsius stuff. So if someone wants to look it up and post the conversions on that to Fahrenheit. And Mary Beth Smith just came in. Come on. And CR says it's 23 degrees Celsius there too. 53. Okay. 72. All right, so the low is I guess 13 is 53 and 23 is 72. Yeah. The lows. Last night low was the lowest it's been for a little bit. It's down to 57 for the low, and tonight it climbed. No, it's 51. It was right. It's down to 51. It's up to 56 tonight for the low. 60. Tomorrow, 61, 65, 61, and then when the clouds start coming in, it drops back down into the 50s. So, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I spent a lot of time out there getting it all ready, rotor tilling it. I made a couple passes last week when I my video, and so I added a bunch more straw to it, and I had a whole garbage can I filled up with cardboard and soaked in water, and we pulled it out. The corrugated cardboard started coming apart, so we just laid the cardboard out there and it just rolled up and chopped up and got dirt sticking to it, so it should do pretty good. And All Things Acres is in the house, and make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Nope. All right. Anyway, I'm going to change the banner, and so these. Scroll down here. Our channel members, aka campers, going across the bottom here. It's just 99 cents a month to do it, and I'm going to start putting out a lot more videos here this month, playing catch up. So you guys are prepared to get inundated with a bunch of channel members only videos. All right, and yeah, I was just comparing what Al put on there. Yeah, my watching is right, but I'm behind on on YouTube's just behind on the number of thumbs up. So if you're in here, please give me a thumbs up, share it out. All right, I'm gonna put the link out here for the usual and unusual suspects. Basically, if you've been here a while and want to come up, you know, Joe, CR, the Swaffords, Uncle Al, and there's a super sticker. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Thank you much. But yeah, we also froze with the problems with the gardening. On one of my videos, right above this area here, I was stepping out there videoing, and one of the crop duster sprayers came around. It's not a duster, it's a sprayer. Came around and passed over the house and went off to another field, and half my strawberry plants have died. So, coincidence? I don't know. What we're doing is I'm starting a bunch of sunflowers, Swiss chard. The lettuce, my lettuce just grows wild. I mean, I put it in the ground, and 3 days later it's up. And something else, I forget what it's called. And I'm gonna plant several of those in the container that the strawberries was in, to see if it's the container dirt or whether it's elsewhere. And then out here in that one and that one there, I'm going to plant some more of them out there as well. Now, my wife brought up a tub. Now, it only had about this much dirt in the bottom, but it was just full of boysenberries. And she repotted them into 1 gallon pots to give them a chance to get roots and stuff for the next week before we start putting them out in these 4 there. Those 4 tall ones there in a row, we're going to put those out there. Hey, Jujubee, how's it going? And Uncle Al's eating sardines. Oh, and CR is eating right now, too. Oh, and that's one of the running jokes around here. We start talking about food, and CR's going, I haven't eaten yet. Anyway, so she repotted those and used 5 1-gallon bucket pots to put them into. 3 of them have 2 of them in it because they're 2 intertwined, and she'd kill both of them by trying to pull them, separate them. And then there's a couple of other smaller ones. She has some small ones in as well. So there's almost like 10 or so plants. So we're gonna be putting them in those right up over here, and probably be doing that on Friday or Saturday if she thinks they're good enough to go into the ground, if they recover enough from being separated and their roots and everything are going good. But otherwise, I'll wait until the rain stops, which will probably put at the middle of next week. And then I'll put them out there, because then they'll have plenty of water in it and it'll all be nice wet soil to put it in. But so that's some of the stuff going on out here in the new garden. I got probably I brought 3 more bales of straw over to, after I rototill it tomorrow, I'm going to break the bales out and cover the entire area here with straw again. And I'll bring 3 more over to do this. I'll put 6 more bales down on it tomorrow, and it'll just run the sprinkler on it, so it wets the straw down, keeps the ground underneath damp, and then I'll do that for the rest of the day tomorrow, and then Wednesday morning try rototilling again. I really want to try to get some biomass into that soil there. So I'll start working. I got a, no, I took it out. I got a 5-pound bag of seeds, and these are small seeds for sorghum. And then I have a 20-pound bag of cover crop with clover, peas, alfalfa, and something else in it. And so, depending how things go, I'm going to be putting cover crop down on this here probably in about 3 weeks, near the end of the month here. And after I get it tilled up good, put some cover crop out there and rake it in and then throw a light dusting of straw over it so it hides it from the birds. And then we'll see what pops up. Oh, yeah, no spray zone. Yeah, because you never can tell what is they're spraying. Now, froze. My cousin-in-law, he was over in Nam and he got doused several times with Agent Orange. They had one kid, a son, and with the problems that he had as a kid, they go, no more kids. You know, they figured that, and the doctor said, yeah, he's this way probably because you got doused with Agent Orange. But when he hit his teenage years, he changed, cleared up a lot, except for his asthma. But his asthma was controllable enough that he was able to get into the Navy. Because, hey, they're out in the ocean. They're not in around other stuff. So he got into the Navy. But then he got in as what's called a TAR, a temporary active reserve. He's a reservist, but he was active for 20 years. And he was worked on F-14s. And so, yeah, he had the fun stuff. Yeah, it's it's the kids of those that were sprayed that are suffering. So, but unfortunately, there's so much farmland around here. We're surrounded by farmland. And of course, the idiots get up there. Oh, I got to spray. They want me to spray. They want me to spray. The wind's blowing. You're not supposed to be spraying when the wind's blowing. Hey, Steph, how's it going? Yeah, you were mowing, huh? And right now, my wife is here in Idaho, but she's out walking the eldest grandson on his evening walk around. He's got autism, so she walks him around, and that helps calm him down so he doesn't pick on his brothers. And the brothers should be going down here, and so when they get back, he should have the living room all to himself and start mellowing out in front of a movie, and then he can go to bed. Okay. Let me put that in. I forgot to pin it. Let me put it in here one more time. There's the panel link to come up here, and let me pin it. For those that don't know, I got 2 computers here, and on the other computer, I got YouTube, so I can pin that comment. Of course, now YouTube is putting these stupid quick emojis there, right there where I need to get to get at it, so I can't pin it until someone else makes a comment. And watch, everybody makes a comment, it goes right up off the screen. There it goes here, and come on. There, and pin message. Yeah, I've been complaining. They say, what do you think of this? I said, no, I hate that. Get that off of there, especially for the one whose live stream it is, because they can't control things. So if someone makes a bad comment, I got to rely on my my Smurf patrol out there to take them out. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on here. I just noticed something here. And Jujubee, there we go. Add as moderator. And Lewis is coming up here. Hey, Lewis. Let me see.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, I'm just seeing who all else the AI has taken their wrenches away from them. Okay, there's another one. Usually they do it to the ones that have been, short time wrenches. I give them a wrench, and then about a month later they yank it away from them. I got to give it to them a second time. Usually they leave them alone then. All right. So how's your garden going, Lewis?
I am harvesting stuff and waiting on stuff. I got a bunch of onions harvested. I got some potatoes harvested. I got my carrots, beets harvested.
Cool.
What else? Waiting on some potatoes. I've harvested peppers already. Still waiting on them. Harvested strawberries and raspberries. They're done for now. Waiting on. I got some rhubarb too. Waiting for my pot plants. They won't be done for a while. And herbs and garlic. Got to wait for them.
Yeah. Probably here in another month. Okay, so I said I was planting behind me here. Let's see if I can get my hand going in the right direction. And this one is going to plant some lettuce and Swiss chard and maybe some of the little sunflowers. Same thing with this one. This one here, I'm going to put some of the fingerling carrots in and let them overwinter.
Yeah, I heard that like stuff like I think carrots and beets. If you wait 2 years, they'll go to seed and you can collect the seeds.
Not only that, Courtney swears that they taste a lot sweeter after they overwinter. And Tammy, Rebel Canners, is here. Oh, phone is almost dead battery. Well, where is it? That's why I have, I lost him. That's why I have one of these neat little things by Imudo. This will last for, you can charge up your phone and run it for a week or two off of this. Little portable doohickey. And it has both type, actually, no, this is the old one. The newer one has the S type UPS USB in it. And right now I got that one on the camera because I was charging this one up. This one went for like 6 months before I had to charge it up again. So it's fully charged now. They got to swap them back out, top off the other one, and then I'm good to go. Yeah, Courtney holds a carrot in the ground over winter. I need to check with her and see if she just leaves them bare or whether she puts straw above them.
I'd probably, you know how if you plant garlic in the fall, you put straw on it, right? And then
I believe so, but then it also depends on how wet of a climate you're in too.
Yeah, and then the strawberries, the same thing, right?
Yeah, the strawberries, depending on your climate, how cold it gets, whether or not you have to put straw on them. But last year with the polar vortex, it was so cold. All the onions I had out there with straw on them. The strawberry, a couple of the totes that had strawberries in it, everything dead. It got so cold it froze it, and all the, like in the onions, all the little thing, everything broke. And the strawberries, it just killed the roots and everything because it froze it solid. It was ugly this spring out there.
Yeah, mine are in the ground. Mine survived the strawberries, right? So I think if it was in the totes, right? He'd have to build it up around the totes a bit. You know what I mean?
Well, here's what's weird. My first year planting anything here, I had some totes across the street at the first place, big tall ones, and I had onions in there. Did by seed. A bunch of them came up. Some got big enough to harvest. The rest I let over winter. And when it was packed, I went out there. I forgot to put straw in it. Went out there, it was snow on top. It's like, oh well, they're dead. Next spring, guess what came up nice and happy? The sweet yellow Spanish onions. They were not a problem. And so I harvested them. And some of the seeds that didn't sprout the first year sprouted that year. And they wintered over the next year. And they were fine. But this last year, it was just so friggin' 28 degrees below zero killed everything. We had people had full on big, huge fruit trees, fully mature, been producing for years, killed them dead. So it was a bad winter last year.
Is that in Fahrenheit, minus Fahrenheit?
Yeah, minus 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, geez, that would be like minus 30 something, minus 40.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Celsius. I've seen winters like that, and the frost, here it goes feet down, and the winter that I've seen a lot of minus 35, minus 40, right? You leave the taps on trickle. The farmer I was renting off was saying it went 6 feet down.
Yeah, well, luckily here, it did get down, because, well, we're on a basalt lava flow down deep, and so like Yellowstone's not that far away, so there is geothermal underground heat, and that kept the water lines and the sewer lines from freezing, because the ground is naturally a little bit warmer than it would be, the other over in Colorado. So yeah, we were lucky there that we didn't lose all the water. Now the water coming out of the tap, because we have an above ground water tank for the city. Oh man, that was some cold stuff, man. I didn't measure. I forgot to measure it, but man, I swear that was like colder than what comes out of the refrigerator with ice cubes in it. Okay, CR says 0 degree Fahrenheit is 17, so 40 is the same for both. And then, yeah. You got
yeah, I know that.
2 degrees in Georgia. Yeah, that could probably damage any orange trees up there, and definitely put the hurt on some crops.
Yeah.
But my wife and I were talking about different things, and so before I can finish the garden stuff on that side of the house where it goes around the house, she's looking up to see how big of an area she's going to need down there for a food forest. And we may just run it right on the round, because she says the area I did here, which is 80 feet long, is actually 90 feet long, is too much garden area for us to have right out here next to the house. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, because if I put watermelons out here and squash out here, those things are going to spread, and so they'll need the room. But also, if I try doing some corn, the Three Sisters corn, like Thorhaven was saying, you need to spread the corn out, get the corn going before you plant the beans, so the beans the corn is strong enough to support the beans growing up, and then you do your squash and watermelons, that type stuff underneath of it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I like being here in Canada. I've got enough to garden space to get me easily 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like too much just for me because it's just me and my dog, right?
Yeah.
But I can get easily after birds, bugs, diseases, and stuff like that. Easily 500-600 pounds easily.
Yeah. If you get more vegetables than what, and we've talked about that this here, about getting more vegetables than what we're going to eat and can for the year. Sell it and take the money from that and put it back into, buying if we need to buy fertilizer for it or whatever else we're going to need for the garden. If we have enough, some more money left over, then we go and buy hamburger and stuff like that we can as well. Hey, Shawnee, how's it going? Yeah, just fill it. Yeah. Problem is, if I fill it with the zucchini and stuff, she's I'm being a sneak because I don't like zucchini. She has to grate it up, mix it in with other stuff to get me to eat it. Because my mom could not cook it right, and it was all like after my mom got done cooking it. But if I get some good watermelon plants to grow out here, and the whole area gets covered and stuff, we'll see. But it's like in back behind me here. So let me count in my head. So I got 23 IBC totes stretched across the back, and so some of them are short, some of them are tall, and we're going to see what goes in there. But a lot of stuff. So she was talking about some of the ones over here, like those up high will be for basil and rainbow chard and the stuff you want to do. The lower ones that won't be you plant in those will be like garlic and onions, because once you plant it, all you do is go by and weed it, and you don't pay much other attention to it other than knocking the weeds out until it's ready to harvest. Whereas with the basil stuff, you're going out there, you're picking constantly, and that's up at chest, 4 feet up off the ground, and you're picking at it. It'll be so much easier to do. And there's a couple others she listed for the higher ones to put in. But then, like I said, these four over here on this side here, these four together that are tall, are going to get boysenberries on it. Tomorrow, I got to put some T-posts in each. I got to put at least 6 T-posts in there, and I got a cow panel, 16-foot long cow panel, put it up on there. That way, we can train the boysenberries up on that, and we can work with it for harvesting and keeping. We figured the tall ones will if we miss it for a week, they won't be to the ground yet, and it won't be rooting in. So we can just pick them back up and feed them, weave them right on through and be done. Okay, what did she say before? I hate ticks. Or guinea. Oh, there, got guinea chickens with the camera. How will they eat the ticks? Yeah. Yeah. The last year we were at one of our scout camps. We went walking through one of the main trails that the adult leaders go on, and by the time the trail goes down, drops off right down at the mess hall. We got down here, our hats had ticks all over our hats, and so it was like knock the hats off. Everybody stomping ticks and stuff, and I hate ticks too. And of course, right now, back in Contra Costa County in California, they're screaming, "Oh, Lyme disease is on the rise! West Nile virus is on the rise. On the rise from what? From the winter. Well, no, Sherlock. There was none in the wintertime. Now all the ticks are out, and all the fleas are out, and all the mosquitoes are out. So you got all these things spread around there going, oh no, they're in the area again. Yeah, of course they are. They're going to be forever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
with ticks, you don't want to go where the long grass is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, right around here, because the way everything got out of control when I was running back and forth to California on those multiple trips back to back, going and being gone for being there for a week or so, come back for one day, turn right around, leave the next day, go back for a week, and then and then come back for several days and go back for a week. A lot of the grass got out of control in certain areas, but we got a lot of stuff done today and yesterday. Tomorrow I'll finish up taking care of all the long grass on the property around the house here. Still got a lot of a bit of the Russian bloom, and then the alfalfa grass to take down. Alfalfa grass, I don't mind if it grows, especially where it's going to be where we're going to have a cow out. It can grow, it can seed, boom. Where it was growing good this spring, there was no Russian bloom growing in there because the alfalfa choked it out. And it's like, yes, I need to spread more alfalfa seeds around. So before I had to knock all that down and mow it, I waited until it seeded. So I had all those seeds spread out there when I ran the brush hog over it. No, not flamethrower. I don't want. We want this. We want to make sure the alfalfa keeps on spreading. If I can get everything on that side, well, straight ahead of me, looking east of the shop, growing alfalfa, I'll be very happy. Even if I don't have a cow out there, if it's just alfalfa, I'll just let the alfalfa go up, and then we will cut it and water it and get a second growth out of it, and it'll keep the Russian bloom out. So I look at it this way: if I'm growing alfalfa, and I can collect a bunch of seeds and get it growing across the street as well, so I have basically a 2.5 acre alfalfa field across the street. Hey, I'll be in Fat City, because then I can just get. I can either say, hey, who wants to graze their cow here? And it's a beef cow, they can graze it there all summer long. It's like, hey, give me a quarter. Just give me a quarter of it. Afterwards, I'll take hamburger, maybe a couple steaks, but either that or we'll just buy our own calf and put it out there and let it graze and then get it butchered.
Yeah, that would be better. Less problems, Gil. If you got your own calf, fatted it up, boom, do it again.
Yeah, but mine is, my wife's kind of like, she kind of half on board, half off, is to get get a heifer, get a bull, and 1 year sell the calf off, the next year raise it and get it butchered and get the meat from it, because that much meat will last us at least 2 years. Unless both my boys come up here, then that'll last us a year, and we may get another heifer out there and just let that way we're keeping one every year and selling one. And now selling one will help us get the whatever alfalfa and hay we need for the wintertime. And if I got that going and this over here going, then we bring them back over onto this property across this side of the street, where it's all nice and high, and let them finish grazing that down into the first snow. And then we have to feed them less, but it's something we'll work on to see how it goes.
Yeah, see if you can rotate between the fields once, and if they're not eating all of it, cut it down and have it as silage for the winter. A lot of farmers do that up here, where they've got a field like that. We're talking like acres, like hundreds of acres.
Yeah,
and
that's what they do around here too.
Yeah, and they'll cut it down for their fields and bring it in, let it dry out a little bit, and then bring it in and silage it, tarp it up, and it's good for the winter.
Yeah. Okay, I hear that someone coming in the back door here. I don't hear any, so it doesn't sound like she brought Eli over with her. Oh, so yeah. Anyways, yeah. So my big thing here is between now and next spring is to try to, build this garden area here up as much as possible. Get some cover crops going in the fall here, and then first thing in the spring get some cover crops on it. When the cover crop gets so big, then I can till it under, and then we'll see what sort of other crops we can grow out there. We'll see how much more. Also, I got to remember here in September to get the guy from the dairy to bring over a truckload of the manure from the dairy and just dump it across the street in a pile. Don't worry about spreading it; just dump it in a pile. That way I can use my tractor to come over here and spread it out in here and rototill it in this area here.
Yeah, try to go for the older manure, especially if they're eating hay, because of the seeds and all that. They'll start growing hay in the gardens.
Hey, if it starts growing, anything starts growing in there, I'll let it get 6 inches tall and I'll rototill it under. Hey, that's more greenery and nitrogen going back into the soil. Yeah, Shawnee, and I've been getting emails from. Just lost it. Hang on, let me look it up here. Check my email. Johnny Seeds, because Johnny Select Seeds. Courtney turned me on to them for getting some stuff from them, and they've run some online classes about cover crops. So, and right now, the email I got today, just at noon, plant now, and I froze, plant now for extra early yields next spring. And then there was another one last week, specifically about cover crops. So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of stuff we can get growing here. Shoot. Yeah, I was thinking what else they should plant in those tubs for the winter here, or the totes. Get something in there. Just let it, start doing stuff. Sierra's chopping and dropping more. Cool, Mary Beth.
Broccoli, it's another, not a winter crop, but a cooler temperature crop.
Yep, broccoli, cauliflower. There's a bunch of them. Kale is one. That's a cooler temperature. Carrots, of course. Oh, yes. Laura put down cowpeas as a cover crop on their Tennessee land. They'll till that in and plant a different crop next year. For you, CR, not for us, hopefully.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here. It's for you, not us down here in southern Ontario. It's I got maybe September, October, November. Sometime in November is the first frost for us.
In the end of October, we'll start getting the last 2 weeks of October. We'll start getting some frost, may get some snow. But then again, if they're talking about this being a warmer year here, we may not get it until November, which will be fine with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, I'm almost the same as you. Like the last couple of weeks, there might be of October, it might be, but I'm considering the warmer summer we've had, and the oceans being warmer than they are, or warmer than they normally are.
Yeah. Well, we are still going into the grand solar maximum. We got I'm trying to remember what the thing, like 3 or 4 more years before it peaks and starts going down again. So I guess it's 11 years from the bottom to the top of the cycle, and we're just got a couple more years to go, and then it's going to start going down again. Yeah, it's coming fast. How many we got in here right now? We got 11 watching. Okay. Christy. When I met my wife, she was still living with her. She was living with her grandmother, and she was moving out to get out from under her thumb. And she rented a room from me. But her grandmother called her Christy. So that's one of the things. That's one of the things we're going to try, because everyone likes broccoli around here. If we can grow broccoli, that'll help. Oh, spinach! Yeah, spinach is another cool weather crop. Most of your dark leafy greens are. Lori's in the house.
Yeah, I'm still kind of trying.
So Lewis, we got you, Lori, and CR from Canada, and we got Shadow Scout Swede from Sweden in here. Got Mary Beth from Georgia. Got Idaho Garden Girl and myself here in Idaho. Gardenscape Gardeners in New Jersey. Uncle Al's down in Southern California, or Central Valley, down in the Southern Central Valley, California. Oh, yeah, not good. Yeah, internet's acting up for some people. All right, shallots, leeks, and garlic in October. Okay, garlic is something I want to try growing here. I have to talk to Chris about if I should try shallots or leeks to see how they do. But I don't think she uses them that much at all. Hey, Chris. Oh, she must be at the other end of the house. Mustard greens, yeah. Cabbage and lettuce is great to grow right now. Yeah. As far as cabbage goes, my grandmother grew up with cabbage, being born in 1899. They had a lot of cabbage and stuff on the farm and there and stuff. And she was sick of cabbage. She was sick of sauerkraut. Try leaks. Okay. All right, Lori, have a good one. Oh, check this over here. So Juju be put in Virginia. Is that what state you're in, Virginia? Let me check something. Get this up here so I can get this going here. Okay. So this Friday, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yeah. You're talking about the way it being worse than a homeowners association there on base.
Yeah, I don't have
Actually,
one of those.
my wife has tried red beets a couple times, and I haven't heard of golden beets though. But I have to look into that as well. Ooh, you got it all approved. Woohoo! All right. Anyways, so on Friday, for Friday on the Homestead, we're going to be talking about bugs. So everyone, I need your help on bugs for Friday, talking about what are the good bugs, the bad. I know some of the good bugs. I know some of the bad bugs, but there's some of the bugs that I've never had either here in Idaho or in California. Squash bugs, knock on wood, haven't had them. Cabbage moths, yes, we've had those. Tomato hornworms, yes, we've had those. Praying mantis, oh, got praying mantis all over the place here. When I was brush hogging out there, I was going through it, and praying mantis jumped on the hood of the tractor and jumped off where I'd just gotten done brush hogging, so he was safe. But yeah. So coming up here on my other channel, Gray Man Prepping, tomorrow night, it's don't just survive, thrive. And so we're going to be talking about how so many preppers, we're going to survive. We're prepping to survive the event. Yeah, we're going to be able to get by no matter what happens. Well, to me, that seems kind of counterintuitive. There's a saying, two is one, one is none. So if you have two of one thing and one of them breaks, you still have one. If you have just one of them that breaks, you got none. Well, if you're just planning on surviving and stuff goes wrong, you're not going to have enough to survive. So that's what I'm thinking about. We need to be planning to thrive. So if things go bad, you get a bad year or so, we're still surviving that, but we'll come back the next year and we start thriving again. Minnie the Garden Warrior. Cool. Seen him molt 3 times now. Never did they shed their exoskeleton until now. Cool. So are you planting anything? Try to make anything over winter, Lewis?
No, I normally don't. Once I start pulling stuff, I start re-amending the soil with leaves and manure and stuff like that for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dog, I got a fence around all my gardens to keep the dog out. And with the amount of snow that we get here, the dog can get into the garden areas and likes to dig.
Right.
So
yeah.
Whatever I overwinter, he'll be digging up and eating.
Does he like garlic?
I don't know yet. He'll eat just
If he
about
does,
whatever I get.
yeah. If he doesn't like onions or garlic, you can overwinter those. Especially if he doesn't like the smell, he'll just avoid them and he won't dig them up. Of course, if he's like, whose dog was it? Somebody's weird dog loved garlic, and they would steal it off the counter and eat it. I mean, garlic, a whole garlic, that is potent stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I eat that stuff raw up here. Well, too, is good for your cleaning out your veins and your heart.
Right.
And the mosquitoes.
Yeah. Okay, and the final thing is next Monday here on the Monday Night Fireside Chat, the topic is, what are your favorite TV shows? So now we're going to do the TV shows. We've done movies, we've done books. We're going to talk about favorite TV shows. And I'll take anybody's wrench away that says TJ Hooker. I like TJ Hooker a little bit, but a favorite TV show? No. So next Monday, we're going to talk about what is your favorite TV show. So tomorrow is Don't Just Survive, Thrive. Friday is Bugs, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And then next Monday is what is your favorite TV shows. And hopefully I'll have a little more news for you guys by next Monday, what we're planning on doing with all these things during the wintertime. And I just topped off 4 more of them today with more mulch compost out of the compost pile. So it looks they're like looking a little bit better now. I just got to get in there with the potato spade and turn it all in and mix it all up. Jonathan Freed. Oh, yes. I watched Dark Shadows when it was on the air. My math tutor would have it on, and I get dropped off a half hour early, so I just sit in the one room and watch it while she had another student she was finishing up with, and then she'd do me. And so I watched it. I got I got several seasons on DVD, and I have the remake with Johnny Depp and Chloe Moretz, Hit Girl. And it surprised me. A Hit Girl, the girl who plays Hit Girl, played the daughter that turned into had the werewolf problem. Yeah, Barnabas Collins. I have a bunch of the books too. I have probably about 20 books somewhere on it of the Dark Shadow books. Barnabas Collins, his cousin Quentin Collins, who was a werewolf. And yeah, there was and then of course Angelique the witch. But so we'll be talking about all sorts of stuff. So guys, you feel free to bring that back up again next Monday. And so we're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank everybody for coming in. I thank Lewis for coming up here and sharing the spotlight here a little bit, talking about what he's doing in his garden up there in Canada. And
no problem.
Hey, glad to have you up here. And so I'm going to try to get out a rototilling video tomorrow of this area here when I'm working on it, and we will see what goes on. I'll probably try to do several videos out there, spreading out more straw and everything else, and watering it and doing everything, and we'll see how that goes. So you guys see what I'm actually doing when I'm talking about what I did here. All right, everyone.
Did the staff sergeant make push-ups over the rototiller?
Nope. So, all righty. So, everyone, I will hopefully see you tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping. That's Gray with an A. And we will cover some interesting stuff tomorrow night. And everyone, remember, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared, and plant a garden if you haven't already. And think about what you're going to do for your fall garden. All right. See you later.
Have a good night, Gil.
Good night, Lewis.